Ladies and gentlemen, niaje wase. Najua you guys have been waiting for me to post a video, but I've been working on something that's really exciting. I'm here to introduce to you a new series that I'll be posting every single week. It's called The Journey. Basically what The Journey is about is that I want to get people's stories about different things, these conversations with different people, and what better way to start the journey with the person who hosted me first. Sijai hostiwa by the na nilifeel kama celeb bwana. Siku moja I was just chilling in the house and then msee akani DM. Na si this time haikuwa dem. Nikamwambia aje, are you free to come to our live? Lakini nilikuwa busy. So anyway, today we're going to have someone who's very passionate about the youth, someone who loves conversations, and my friend, someone who mentors me also, someone who's always kept me nisichome, and on the right line, right? So we have Charles Kevin Kamau, CKK Kenya. In this show, we are dreaming big. One day we want to have the president there.
Absolutely. Yeah? He should.
Jeff Koinange, I'm giving you a run for your money. Your show, imeisha. Be yourself, just have fun. Nimeona on other shows, bado si hatuja make it. Watu wanaambianga utakula nini. Lakini hapa kunywa tu maji. Yes, in future nitakununulia chakula. And I'm hosting akina Chris Brown.
Yeah. I know. Yeah? Exactly.
Labda nitawapatia chakula.
Absolutely.
Nitakuwa do. So let's just start. Yeah. I saw somewhere it's written what did I see? I've forgotten that name. Chief? Something chief. What was chief?
Fixer in chief.
Fixture in chief. Fixer in chief. Fixture
in chief. Youth, and how can they realize that they are not the leaders of tomorrow, but the leaders, guy, but the leaders.
Sitakata your part.
Si utakata na utaslip.
Tonnie, come up. Tonnie.
You know the president knows me. Unajua? Did you hear?
They're not the leaders of tomorrow, but the leaders of this morning.
Yeah.
You know, and thinking about how can they always push the boundaries? How can they always push? How can they actually identify where the boundaries are and push them? How can they identify what glass ceilings are there, and how can they plan on shattering them? Yeah, I think those are the things that make me wake up every other day. I'm a trained nurse.
Yeah.
I did my training in nursing, and I have been in the health space now for the last half a decade or so. I started off in the world of research. And I was working on that. I got a bit interested in the world of communications. That's what I did for a leading research firm in Kilifi. Yeah. Before this year, I embarked again. My still in the line of health. I'm now working in a digital health company. It's called mHealth Kenya, where I lead the partnerships and engagements. So during this particular COVID-19 times, we are fortunate to be working with government and supporting them in a few things in terms of strengthening the healthcare system so that it can be resilient enough. That sounds so serious. But if you don't remember anything, just say, I am a nurse. I'm a trained nurse.
Mimi ukiniambia nijiintroduce
midwife. Yes, midwife.
Nitasema tu mimi naitwa Tonnie. Naishi hapo. Sina career. Niko nje. Something that's not probably on social media.
Are you saying nurses are not in?
No, they are, but I'm saying as in it's something probably. If I was to meet you, maybe I'd meet you, right?
Yeah.
But so how did you start being like ingia hapa kwa social media?
I really love social media.
Yeah.
And the reason why I love social media so much is because of how important of a tool it can be. I mean, look at what you're doing on TikTok. How many followers do you have on TikTok now?
40K.
40,000 people are following you.
Tonnie Murithi.
You know, plug in. Follow you. So 40,000. Can you imagine 40,000 people dedicating their lives to follow you and follow your content. And this is not something that would have happened in the past, you know. And kitambo, what used to happen is the only way you could communicate is either ujulikane uende kwa gazeti, ama uende kwa TV, ama uende kwa radio, and that's the only way you could get out what you really are passionate about. Right now, with the invention of social media, everything is at the palm of your hand.
True.
And that's so powerful. And so that's why I'm very powerful for it as a tool. And I have trained quite a number of people on the use of social media, especially people who are in research, how to use it as a tool for dissemination of your information and also connecting with peers within across Africa. But I think, to circle back to your question, or you're asking why I'm passionate about it, is that it is a thing that young people should be on, but not be on for the wrong reasons, but to be on to understand and connect. Or post news. Yeah. Post news.
Muna post news bwana.
Muna choma.
Okay, mnaweza nitumia but muna post news. That was very big health issue.
Yeah.
The pandemic.
Yeah.
So how has it affected you personally?
I think everything that happens within this COVID-19 pandemic is completely unprecedented.
Yeah.
And so every day is a new day.
Yeah.
And as Mutahi Kagwe says, the seers, if you treat it normally, it will treat you abnormally. And
anybody can get it.
Anybody can get it. You can get it, I can get it.
anybody can get and you know, and there's something else to say the other day. There's I'll remember by the end of the yeah. But the thing is, so it is how well. Of course, it was very tough for everyone during the past few weeks. Being told you can't see your friends, you have to walk around in a mask, you can't leave your house, you can't see your loved ones. You're being told that you're a threat to, which is true, you're a threat to the older generation. So of course, all this has a lot of impact on most people. But circling back to me, as you've asked, is I had to work from home, or live at work. It also then gave a silver lining in terms of now pushing for what the company I work for, pushing digital technologies and how well can we thrive, how well can digital technologies thrive within a particular pandemic. But I think the single most thing is the fact that, you know, just interactions with the people that you care about and the people that you love was limited. I think at one particular point I actually went ahead, true story, I went to read the history of bats. You know, like I just want to know how bats live. You know, like I'm just wondering, corona is easy. No, quite interesting thing. But also it also gave me a lot of time to reflect on myself, reflect on the things that I care about, and also discover new talents. You know, yeah.
So
Actually, one of the new talents that I discovered, not new talents, but one of the things I created a whole Monopoly type game based on Nairobi cities. It's called Nani Tajiri, and I got it copyrighted by the government of Kenya, and I'm going to do mass production. Kama si corona single.
moves.
What we will do, once we start mass production, I'll give you 5 boards, then you can give to some of your merchandise.
Naombeanga mimi I got you. Sijui mnatakanga nini. Do you think you can ever get someone like me? You don't deserve me, guys. You don't deserve me. Yeah?
Don't leave me.
I don't leave me. Don't leave me. Just subscribe. But sasa ukipata Batman uko kwa research about Batman.
Sikupata Batman.
Sawa. In terms of careers and where we are right now, where you are right now, is it somewhere that you thought, somewhere you'd say when you were thinking of creating your goals? Because we were speaking just a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
You told me about why you ask people where they'll be in 5 years.
Yeah.
Is it somewhere you thought you'd be, or somewhere you want to be where you are right now?
So there are 2 important days in someone's life: the day you're born and the day you realize why you're born. And we have so many people who die before they live. And that's a tragedy. It's a tragedy, you know, dying before you ever live. And you can die at 60, but you've never lived. And so I think for me, one of the very important things that I always reflect on every other time is, am I living my purpose? And once we get that particular answer out of the way, then it inspires you to do it inspires you to follow your passion and follow your dreams.
Yeah.
Why I'm saying this is because you've asked me about career. Is that I've been a trained nurse. I have worked in research. I've done communications. Right now I'm doing partnerships. But all this is not conventional. It's quite unconventional for a nurse to travel that way. But I think what I'll say is that having a sort of steady progression requires you to understand where you really want to be every 5 years. You know, and then you have to work towards that in every 5 years. You know, in every 5-year period. And then that means that every other time you're considering to take a job, you have to ask yourself, is it fitting in my career? Most people will say, but they're not jobs. But I'll also counter and say there are quite a number of people, because every day you flip through papers, there are so many job vacancies. And the only thing that, and we can have this conversation sometime later when you invite me back. And we can discuss and explore the difference between being employed, being trained to be employed, and being trained to be employable. We have so many people who are being trained to be employed. We have so many people who are being trained to be employed, but not employable. Because I always say we have thousands and thousands of graduates of the BComs, of the laws, of science degrees, of education degrees that are, there are quite a number of them, but most of them are not employed. Is it problem being employable, and maybe that can be homework for your viewers, sort of, and I can provide content for them. Once you post the video, I'll sort of provide some.
Are you employed or are you employable? You listen, ask yourself, think about it. Think.
Yeah.
Is there somewhere during your journey, your career, or during your life, do you feel like, because you've spoken about networking, do you feel like there's a point where you network na mtu ukakuwa like, this was actually the right thing to do, this was the one person you network na? Because me, I can say, since the parent home say vitu zinafunguka, so I would say ni vizuri I responded to that DM. You get, it's good to connect with people.
Exactly.
So I would probably somewhere ile sasa nitakuwa nimemake it. Nikimake it nitakuwa nasema there's one time I connected with someone called Charles Kevin Kamau, and it actually
you bring in a very important conversation, which I would like all young people to always have with themselves and to always have with people who are around them. Mentorship. It's very, very important to have mentorship, and it's very, very important to identify your mentors, and it's very, very important to have people who you think you will have, and they could be they're people who are very accessible. I remember, now that you've asked, I remember there's a time when I joined Twitter, I realized that there are so many people who are out there, and they would like to access people who they are role models, but there's not much opportunity of that. And so what I said, I'll bite the bullet for them. And so I wrote to Gina Dean Kariuki through her DM, her Twitter DM. Well, maybe diploma DM.
Inakaa umse hapa kuslide tu ni kitu amezoea. Kuslide nayo anajua angekuwa footballer
hiyo time ilikuwa tu kuandikia mtu
ukicheza FIFA una sliding tackle tu pekee kila time.
Anyway,
mwenye ako nyuma ya kamera pia anapanga chini FIFA mbaya sana.
But let me put it this way. I wrote to Gina Dean Kariuki. I told her, I love your story and I like the way you as a brand carry yourself, and I'd like to tell your story. She replied and said, how do you want us to do this? And I said, I have a blog that I've been blogging about just news and stuff, and I want to open up a section called Role Model Chat. And she said, good, send me the questions. I sent her the questions, she replied, I posted, and that time Gafla had just started up, and so Gafla were very good friends. So what they used to do, every time I put it on the blog post, they would then pick it up and then put it on their Gafla, like repost it there. And there was a lot of traction. So the next time I did Kirongarwa, I did Joy Doreen Vira, I did quite a number of role models. Then I realized that, I also need to open up another section for young people. So I did inspirational chats. So what I'm saying is, Gina Dean was very crucial because she told me it can be done.
wacha sasa tukimbie. We run with tuende side ingine sasa. Tumeongea before we were talking about there's a way you've trained for this career, right?
Yeah.
You've gone to school, but somehow you find yourself diverted.
Yes.
Yeah? After you finish. Unaweza kuwa umesoma business and then ujipate una DJ. So unacheki. So as in a way you told me you should find a way to connect both things, whatever you're doing, your passion and what you've been doing.
You're trained for it.
So what would you say about that topic as a whole? What do you think? Because many people are struggling because kuna say they've studied for 4 years, wamesomea sijui vitu hadi wameenda masters. Lakini at the end of it all that I get there, but they have a passion somewhere, but they don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
How did you find yours? And how did you end up as a Spanish of it?
I think there's this famous saying that says if you want to find yourself, you have to lose yourself in the service of others. I think mine was the proverbial phrase. I found myself in losing myself in the service of others. And so the more I interacted with people, one of the things that I knew deep down is that I like talk. I like conversation. And so I realized I won't just talk endlessly. I mean, there's this particular time when I used to work as a trainee nurse, I used to go to the hospital and I'm the one who is doing sort of like giving medications. While it should take 20 minutes to give the whole world medications, here it would take like 3 hours. Yeah. Because I want to converse with the patient. I want to understand. Yeah, I'm like, how are you feeling today? You know, unaendeleaje? No, tell me exactly. Okay,
So what if someone has a STD? Well, how you would ask them, why did you have sex? Because I'm a virgin. I'm a virgin, sasa nashanga. Why do people have sex before marriage? Why? Umekunywa maji kwa nini? Let's continue.
Anyway, the thing about and I found myself, I'll be like, dude, you can't work like this. Like you can't have a conversation, a personal relationship. And let me tell you this, it's a very personal story that happened when I was working at Malindi Hospital. And there is, in my quest to know how everyone was doing, I met a young boy called Ruben. And Ruben told me he was there, he had cancer. And Ruben came for chemotherapy cycles every so often. And he told me one day, I really missed him in school. I was like, can I bring your storybook tomorrow? He said, yeah, I'll be very excited. So he passed by the bookshop and got him a storybook. And he was very excited. He was like, oh yeah. And the rest of the children who are there, they'll be like, hata mimi nataka kitabu, hata mimi nataka kitabu. You know, I was like, oh my goodness, these kids are here, but some of them only have like fractures. So, mguu tu imehangiwa ipone, otherwise akili iko sawa na. And so I sat down with a few friends and I opened now what's called the Ruben's Library within the Malindi pediatric wing. And so kids would ask for coloring books, they would do whatever, and that really boosted how well they recuperated because they're not now thinking about their health. So you see now the things I used to go and do when I'm supposed to be training people, I'm just going there to.
Sasa mimi personally nakuwa na wazazi wako strict sana. Mom ni aje?
Mama Tony. I remember Mama Tony when I hosted you.
Baba Tony ndio mambo bad. Wacha na Mama Tony. Baba Tony anafaa kuwa KDF. Oh deadly wewe. So tuliongea na wote wa Mama Tony.
Yeah.
So always inspiration story. Ni kamera unaona hapa ilichangia na mafano.
I remember the nini.
But my mom at the end of it was founded an Kachipi. So unajua, I remember the last live that you hosted. How does your mom think about this? So me, I want you to tell me. Because we've spoken about it here. Tell me about how your mom thinks about all of these things. Anatuambia hapa, anatu-inspire. Pale nyumbani. Anajua namshipi pale.
Let me tell you one thing. To date, my mother does not understand what I do.
Yeah.
And I've explained to her so many times. She always says, where were you trained to be a nurse? What are you doing? Sasa hii mambo ya technology. Like, no, it's still in the work of health. Now if I travel, it's like, this is unaenda kufanya nini? As in, you know, like, and sometimes I completely understand.
Yeah.
You know, parents have expectations about how they would like their or how they would envision, or sometimes how whatever they didn't become, then you are the, when you fulfill. Nasema ndio lazima story where mtu alisemanga after graduation alichukua hiyo graduation certificate akapeleka nyumbani akaeka white out akaandika daddy na mami akasema now let me go back to do my music, you know, like I think it's either true or not true, but anyway it makes the point because sometimes you end up doing, you know, X, Y, Z and whatever. But I think we are now in a generation where parents are a bit more accepting. Kitambo, it was either my way or the highway. I think right now it's a bit more accepting. I think also with the invention of all these digital things, at least hata wanaanza kuona. Si hata sasa hivi wako WhatsApp. Si machama zao sasa hizi wanafanyia WhatsApp. Bana, unajua tukitumia WhatsApp kitambo when it came. Si they used to say hii ni mambo gani mnashinda kwa simu.
Ameniambia nifanye vines.
So you know what I mean? So at least they are now accepting.
Am I a joke to you, Dad? Am I a joke to you?
There are people who are making a lot of money. Look at you, look at the money you are making and you are always on TV.
Mungu ana pesa wewe. Mkiniinvite mahali kama hamna pesa.
Haka kashati ni mbili peke yake, hii na ya uhunyi. Hii ndio anavaa na express.
Ndio tongo Tonnie wa mashati. Uhunye kao hivyo watching this ure. Just come, let's wear shirts. Let's wear matching shirts.
Hii ndio ni mbili Kenya hii na yake. Hii ndio anavaa kwa
bebe hata mimi nilikuwa naongea na hotel wetu.
Yeah.
Nashanganiaje anatushonea shati the same. You are two different people. I don't understand.
Why don't you make this person mwenye kwa kamera that your next guest? Unajua unashinda ukisema mtu mwenye kwa kamera na tujai muone.
Nitamweka. Anakuanga mshy sana.
Lazima akuje akae kwa.
He show this is the next big show. Unajua when in future when you say you were involved in this show, na Uhuru wa mashati pia atakuwa hapa hivi. Acha niseme hivyo, naweza choma Uhuru the president. Yeah. So
bana anakuwa na mashati kali collection yake.
Kwanza ukinipatia hizo shati nitakudunga. Kama unajua adwani shati moja mara mbili. Unaona kana za mara mbili tu.
Jamaa collection yake ni noma.
Haya, acha to move on. Let's now get not emotional, but let's just get a bit personal, right? Kila mtu uko na they say there's high points, there's low points in your career. There are points where you remember you're like, yeah, this was such a low point where I was probably even depressed. So how would you point? You do what you know, inaweza kuwa ndio low point. But what do you think is your
actually my lowest point was also and why I'm saying that is sometimes when you're on a career journey, you have your own outlook on how things should be. And sometimes you can get that breakthrough, and then sometimes that can become a ripple effect. And I think that was that one time for me. I think one of my lowest moments was when I lost my grandmother, because she was quite instrumental in who I am today. And my mom is a single mom, and so she struggles to make sure that I am who I am today. And also, and my mom and my grandmother were very good friends of mine. And when I lost it was quite low. And we had great plans. We really had great plans. And one of them I had told her is that she has to fly before she dies. Yeah. And she did it. And in fact, I had to fly to my grandmother, which was also my first flight. And so that counts very much. But everything that I do today is purely because I know she's looking and I'll see her. So that's what I'm really proud of what I do. I think I have quite a number of highest moments, but I think one of my highest moments is when I got to understand what I really want out of this particular life, and why when I started living, you know, and I have done quite a number of things. I remember one crazy time. Immediately after Form 4, I had a computer. My mom had bought me a computer, a big Pentium 4 computer. It was a Guruma. And I remember I cashed in a lot of money through typing eulogies and printing them. And songs, you know, songs that are going to be done. So that's what I used to do after Form 4. That's how
there are many ways to get money.
I got a lot of money. And it was a new thing because I come from the rural village of Njoro. Yeah. And so that was a new thing because now they were used to photocopying the book, you know, tenzi za rohoni. So ilikuwa na photocopiwa, kila mtu anapewa. But now I came in and then I started doing eulogies in black and white. Naeka picha hapa ya
Unalipwa.
Naeka program.
Unalipwa.
Naandika Rogano. Unajua, I love it. And then now what I did is that I printed on an A4
Choma kabisa sema.
on an A4 paper. Nilikuwa naandika hapo Charles Kamau. Charles Clare Creations. My mom is called there. So I'd call it Charles Clare Creations. Charles Kamau, CEO, founder and managing director. I had 3 titles. Forget. Nimeandika mpaka alafu sasa namba ilikuwa namba ya mama yangu. So now nimeikata vizuri, so I used to distribute church kisha tu hivi nasema hapo nje kila mtu alikuwa na business. So I used to go to churches because that's where most people like ukikufa like kupeleka church. So they used to I'd cashed in on a lot.
But I want to ask you, who do you think you'd want to work with? You asked me the same question, so I want to ask you.
Who would I think I want to work with? I think I would like to work with Bill Gates directly. I like his model, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and I like his thinking. Giving out almost all your wealth for the sake of other people takes a lot. Career. In the next 5 years, I'll be the CS.
CS?
Yeah, I'll be a CS as well.
CS as well. You're gonna connection. Say, aim for the...
Yes, aim for the sun and land on the moon.
Yes, that one.
Or when you're playing archery, don't throw it. Don't throw the archery and then I say, hapa ndio nilikuwa nataka ianguke. Chora mahali nataka ianguke. So that when you throw it, you ask yourself, how far am I from where I wanted it to go? Wisdom.
Ulikuwa umemaliza. Wisdom imekuwa mingi. Ilikuwa mingi hadi nimesahau. What would you tell?
Two things. That youthhood is one of the most, I would say, is one of the most important or the most, in my 28 years of life, currently I've done 28 this year, one of the things that I've realized is that my best days are behind me. Like, there's so much I could have done when I was a bit younger, but then I still have time to recover when I'm growing, when I'm growing older. And so that's one of the things that I want people to really see, that the stage where you are in right now is so precious. Like, you have so much time, in your hands that you can do anything you ever want. You know what I mean? And so it is just looking around you and seeing, what is happening and how can I plug in? Where do I want to be? How is my resume looking like? How is my CV looking like? How can I keep on boosting it? We can have those discussions, at a later date about CVs and making them work and how that can work. So that's number one. The second thing is this: since we are all young people and we all seem to be starting at the same level, there are words that really, really encourage me. And I say, when the whole world sits down, stand up. When the whole world stands up, stand out. When the whole world stands out, be outstanding. And when the whole world becomes outstanding, be the standard. Like, always be 2 or 3 steps ahead of the game. Thanks for having me, Tony.
But wait. Nafikiria hata ameisema mpaka hadi hata stand out, stand in, stand. Hata kwa matatu ukipata imejaa wewe simama. So thank you for coming through, man.
Thank you very much.
It's been amazing.
Pleasure to be your first guest.
Fast.
And like I told you, you're going places, guys. This guy is going places. Watch him. Just watch him. At the end of this year, just watch him. Muangalie.
Guys, it's been the first episode. Kwanza, we've actually done better than we thought we could do in the first episode. So it's a first episode of a lot of episodes to come. It's a show that's called The Journey. It's gonna be every week we're gonna do a guest. So comment down below if you want to see someone inspires you, or you want to hear their story of how they got to where they got to. We're gonna do that once a week at least. Unajua tukifanya hizi jokes katikati ya wiki kidogo, we inspire you to kupata wisdom tu kidogo ukue better in life. That's the purpose. We're not just here to just watch stupid videos, but also become better, of course. So thank you guys for watching. When you make it to this far, it's been amazing. CKK was our first guest. Next week we're gonna have amazing guests, of course. And comment down below who you want to see. Zelango is coming, Abel Muto is coming. We're trying to get them to come to the show. So thank you for watching. It's been Tonnie Murithi with you. So cheers. Have a good week.